Okay. So, while getting some music, certain files, music audio files from LittleBigPlanet 2, I realized that I hadn't actually looked back at LittleBigPlanet 1 and done those levels. So I have a few remaining levels that I never recorded, I never showed off, never live streamed. There's only 6 here. I mean, there's more than 6 that on my moon, but only 6 that I haven't shown. 3 of them I made, or at least took part in making, and 3 that are not mine in any way, shape, or form. But it's been such a long time, like, with custom game creations that you make or you download, they just go away. Servers shut down or people leave, people stop caring, so this is one way to preserve it, one way to still share it with the world. So I'm going to show off my remaining levels, and I'm going to show off the 3 that, well, weren't my brainchild, I'll say that. So the first one we're going to start off with is Cloud Crowd. Now I'm going to click play on each of these, but I might actually have to go into edit, because some of them I think are not properly designed. Yeah, you could tell Kid Me made this one. So let's go up. Okay. So when I made this seems actually a little bit familiar. I was trying to make like a little game where clouds would come up at you and you had to dodge them as you got across. Except for some reason I made that optional. That's a neat idea. If for like an actual platforming segment, if I designed it a little better. It reminds me a little bit of the level I made in LittleBigPlanet 2, which was designed to be like Mortal Kombat, actually, which is like a fighting arena for multiple people. And up from beneath you comes holographic circles that I set on fire, so they could go through the floor but still hurt you. Shit. Here we go. Looks like I only have 1 life left. And I guess that's it. You can't actually beat the level. It's just, oh, well, hey, the thing opened up. That's neat. Okay, well, let's give it a second try. Let's at least beat the level. I say let's, but it's just me playing it. Oh, maybe that's what the lever does. The lever just gets rid of the wall. Yeah, okay. Oh, the words say Blazer. Because one of the levels I made in LittleBigPlanet 1 was an intro for the Bonehead Clan. Because my gamertag on Xbox 360 was Blazer Like Soda. So what I was going to do is I was going to have the word fall, the word Blazer in flames, fall down, right? And it falls into a vat of soda, purple soda, and then up in fog it says the word likes, so it says Blazer Like Soda. And I actually wanted to have that as an animation back way back when. And you can still find that on the Bonehead Clan. Might be called a new intro. I also showed it in one of the previous things. I could show it real quick. It's very short. Come a long way. Let me see. So I'm up here. Okay. So I would grab that thing. You can see the word Blazer. I would grab that. Then the green would fall, and I'd fall into the vat of soda. And then in there, it's the word likes. So let's restart that. Let me see if we can land on that. I get the feeling this is going to be difficult. We could just try doing it in create mode, I guess. Here we go. Blazer likes soda. Yay! Wasn't that neat? Isn't that pretty nifty, huh? There's a creative way. One of the ideas I had thought of for making videos was actually to make some levels in LittleBigPlanet and then do like some chroma key stuff. I know I had an idea. I wanted to make this big spider as the main villain at the end of something, which is this project I can't go into yet because it doesn't exist yet. But for a while, I really thought it'd be cool to make stuff in LittleBigPlanet and like make videos out of that. And you can make videos in LittleBigPlanet too, like they have a built-in movie feature. But I mean, like, let's say if I wanted to take a character from Smash Bros, right? Because now they have like a LittleBigPlanet-esque stage maker in the new Smash Bros. So I thought, well, okay, if I want to do this sort of like mixture thing, feel like I'm not explaining this right. Smash Ultimate and LittleBigPlanet will cross over very well because their stage creators are very similar. And I had an idea way back when to like sort of do Smash characters in LittleBigPlanet, so that kind of worked out well. I never did the project. I might still do the project. I'm just mentioning it because I think it's neat. This one I actually played before recording because I was wondering what the hell it was. It's pretty simplistic. This is supposed to be a sled, a rocket sled. I'm not very good at drawing. I haven't really practiced it that much. Usually my drawings, you might be able to tell what they are sometimes. If I really put time into something, it can look good. But for the most part, I don't draw very well. So, same thing kind of in LittleBigPlanet. That I just didn't make good-looking things. Not until LittleBigPlanet 2, when I was older and whatnot. And even then, I half-assed stuff. And I never used the grid feature. There's a grid feature. So that's it, actually. It's just one big slide that goes up. It's very similar to another level I had made in LittleBigPlanet 1 called Infiltrate, which I spelled wrong. I spelled it Infaltrate, which we're going to play now. I showed this off in LittleBigPlanet 2 custom levels, except I had extended it. And I checked this. I didn't play it, I just checked it in edit mode. And I realized, holy shit, this is the original unedited one. This is supposed to be based off of Metal Gear Solid. It looks nothing like Metal Gear Solid. It plays nothing like Metal Gear Solid. It doesn't have atmosphere, anything like Metal Gear Solid, but I was inspired by Metal Gear Solid. I've always liked Metal Gear Solid, even as a kid. And I don't know why, because the first Metal Gear Solid game I think I actually played was the original Metal Gear Solid. And I stopped fairly shortly in because I think it didn't display right. It was like way too dark on my dad's HD TV. So I realistically couldn't play it, and I didn't understand the whole circle X thing, confirm and deny being like backwards for North America, you know? I did later on make a Metal Gear Solid themed level in LittleBigPlanet 2. It's called Little Big Solid The Twin Sacks, like the Twin Snakes. The Twin Snakes is actually the first Metal Gear Solid game I feel like I can really say I played, because I played through the whole thing and I fucking love that game. It's a very divisive entry in the series, because it's sort of like a goofy action remake of 1. But I think that's better than the original by far. The voice acting is better, some of the writing is better. Fun fact, apparently the translation for the original Metal Gear Solid, the guy who did it not only did the translation, but kind of added in some of his own stuff to it, like his own... Okay, one of the lines from Colonel Campbell, he goes, "I'm not a colonel anymore, Snake. Just a tired old warhorse." So he translated it correctly, but he never said just a tired old warhorse. That was something he added. Or instead of Psycho Mantis saying nostalgic, he had him say nice. And Kojima was annoyed about this later when he found out. Oh, picture time. Yeah. I remember I got a huge kick out of that as a kid. Always having pictures. And look, there's Snake up there. Look at him. This is Dimitri, by the way, from Sly Cooper. Juice! Who's got the juice? Greasy sweet! And that's it. There's an extended version of this, which I think I made the level a little bit better, a little bit more unique, that I did in 2, but it's not much. It's still not a good level. It's enough, I guess you could play through it and you're not really bored, but it's not good. I don't know if I'd say it's fun. It's only fun because the base mechanics of LittleBigPlanet are good. What was I saying about LittleBigPlanet? Yeah, I played 1, but Twin Snakes is the first one I really played. So to this day, I haven't actually played through Metal Gear Solid 1. I should do that. I wanted to get the... Actually, you know what I was going to do? We started a gaming channel. It's called Bone Ops. It's Bonehead Gaming Co-operations. And one of the things I was going to do, I have Bleem, or rather I have Bleemcast. People who probably don't know what that is. Back in the day, there was a company that was founded, and they called themselves Bleem, and it was a disc for the PC that allowed you to play your PS1 games on your computer. I think you still needed the PS1 games, but Sony was annoyed about this, and they sued them, and they lost. Bleem won, because technically it wasn't killing the market, you know what I mean? Games were still selling. Sony was still getting a cut from the games being developed, just not, I guess, from their consoles being sold, which they sold over 100 million. So they didn't really lose much. Then they made it for Dreamcast. They were going to make a disc that was all-encompassing. You could play all your PS1 games on the Dreamcast, but that proved to be very difficult. And I think they were still trying to get it working, but in the meantime, they came out with 3 individual discs. One for Gran Turismo 2, I think it was. One for Tekken 3, and one for Metal Gear Solid. Obviously, the coolest one there is Metal Gear Solid. Those are all really solid games. So I was going to play those on Bone Ops, Bone Gaming Collaborations. Bone Ops is more, it's better, interesting. We'll call it Bleem Ops. So that's probably the way I'm going to play Metal Gear Solid 1. I'm going to play through the whole game on my Dreamcast, which is going to be pretty cool. Okay, so we have 3 levels left here. I'll just show you this real quick. I showed the intro, even though I showed that once before. The unnamed level was the stupid sled. Infiltrate. Small War is unchanged, and I showed it in LittleBigPlanet 2, so I'm not going to show it again. There's Cloud Crowd. There's the few Detective Awesome levels I have that I showed in the Detective Awesome stream. Same thing with the Slack Hooper level. So we have 3 levels I didn't make. This one I actually played before I started streaming, and it's nothing really at all. Essentially, it's like modded tools. Hiya! I'm the Adipose! Copy this level to your moon, and then all the tools you need are up and right. So, I'm sad, because they're up there. I have a 6-axis controller on the PS3, but I bought this used, so the 6-axis is busted, so I can't do the whole arm pointing thing. We're gonna go to create mode so I can show it. I got Bobo in the room with me. She's my kitten. Technically, she's my friend Matt, who lives with me. It's her kitten. But my brother found her on the highway with his girlfriend, then brought her back. Then we were like, what do we do with her? And then we're like, Matt, if you want it, you have to take care of it and all that. So he wanted it, and he's taking care of it. And she's a cute, hyperactive nuisance. Hey, look at it. Look at it. But up here, as you can see, this is not normal for LittleBigPlanet, right? It's not supposed to go back that far. They added tools like that in LittleBigPlanet 3. I don't think it goes back that far, but I thought that was pretty dope. And I own 3, but I don't actually have it downloaded, because I bought it for $3 on the PS3. This one up top here, as an example, I think he said this goes back 50-ish layers, so this one here might go back like 10 layers. Let's see what he says. 11 layers. And there's ones that goes forward, see this? And in create mode, you're always flying in front of stuff, but because it sticks out, I'm actually bumping into it, which I always thought was really neat. And one of these really long ones, here we go. You can see I actually can't go through it, really. Yeah, I'm blocked, because there's like invisible because of how much it actually goes forward. So that's neat. So if you ever want to make some modded stuff like this, right? See that? And I can actually stretch it too. And it looks like I just put it back in its normal layers. That's funny. So I fucked it up, but we're not messing with that anyway. So that was modding back in the original LittleBigPlanet. Same thing for LittleBigPlanet 2, the same kind of stuff. And it's really cool. Some people have made some really cool levels like that. I remember back when the game was still like big, it was still around. It has no description, it's just called Limbo. Back when the game was still around, still lively, both LittleBigPlanet or LittleBigPlanet 2, and Media Molecule was still in charge of it. They would have like developer picks and favorites and things, and I remember seeing one of them was like this cool ass like mud level. I don't know how the hell this guy did this, but he did one of the modded things, and he had the layers go all the way forward and all the way backward. And the texture was mud. It was like scrolling brown mud. I think it was actually chocolate. In the story mode, there's like chocolate and cake world. But he made it so once you touched it, you actually slowly sank into it. I'm like, how did he do that? The only thing I could think is that he made the players sack bots, and he just did it so like fluently, without a hitch, without notice. You didn't know you were a sack bot. You thought you were a normal player because it controlled the same. Which is something that was really cool. People found out in LittleBigPlanet 2 that you could play as the sack bots and give them custom powers and all that. So we're gonna do Limbo. I actually didn't try this one at all. And I tried a little bit of the Batman one, but I love Batman, so we're going to save that for last. No, I'm streaming, but I'm actually not, like, looking at the stream on YouTube. Maybe I should pull that up. Fireflies, light your path. Catch them. So this looks like it's going to be pretty fucking cool. Oh, okay. He made the collectible points things. The background, I think you can do this with the characters. You change the amount of fog and you just fuck with the lighting a little bit. But this is really nice. The guy who put this together did a very nice job. props to him. And I actually haven't played Limbo. I've only ever really heard good things about it. And Limbo is like the precursor, I want to say, to things like Hollow Knight and Little Nightmares Inside. It might be from the developers of some of those games. Which makes a lot of sense. It's similar in tone, similar in gameplay. I don't think Hollow Knight. I think Hollow Knight's completely different. But it gives me that similar feel. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had looked at Limbo and they were like inspired by that. That's cool too. Look at that. I mean, obviously, yeah, grabbing is not anything super unique for LittleBigPlanet, but just the way that he incorporated the branch from what looks like the background is really cool. And the lighting here, I don't know how he did that. I kind of think that's like a sticker. Let's take a look. Let me see. We'll grab our sticker button. No, that's not a sticker. So, I'm not sure what he did there. Maybe he put a hole in the wall? But my shadow still appears. Whatever he did, yo, cool job. That guy did something really cool. And the level is just, yep, okay. Beware of booby traps. The level is very atmospheric. A lot like the whole game. That's pretty cool. Here we go. Whee! Oh, and the boat can tip. That's cool. I like how Dimitri's eyes just like glow throughout this. I want to jump in the water. I want to see if there's anything down there. I'm kind of concerned that like a monster's going to eat you if you try. Let me get to a checkpoint, then I'm going to go swim in the water. I've done that before. Whenever I've made levels, I've like hit things underwater. I've hit things in secret passages and stuff like that. I just love that stuff in games. Yep, okay. So he put fog just below the water line. You can't see it, so he probably... Well, holograms weren't a thing, so I don't know what he did to make the fog not visible. Maybe just the water is so thick you can't see it. Watchers always lure for you. Try to lure them into their own traps. I thought Limbo was a game like... Well, you're like dead, but you're not dead. Like you're in between life and death. I've never actually played it. I know back when the Xbox One first came out, people were upset that they paid $500 and then Microsoft like reduced the price. So something to try to help compensate for that, Microsoft gave a free copy of Limbo away. Which is, you know, whatever it was, a $15 game, and you spend an extra $200 on a system instead of waiting, you know, a few months. But that's how it goes, you know what I mean? If you're excited for a system and you want to get it at launch, you've deemed that it's worth it. And yeah, sure, it sucks. Like let's say a game like Fallout 76 came out. And people who bought it were obviously upset that the game sucked ass. You know what I mean? And then they reduced the game's price to like $20-30 very, very shortly after, like within a few months. I think it was near holidays too. But if a game's doing well, you don't drop the price. Unless you just, you care about getting the install base more, I guess. You know what I mean? Maybe there's something to that. Like, oh, okay, we have microtransactions and DLCs we can sell. It's more worth it than the actual copies of the game. I look like I narrowly dodged that. Hot damn in a can. Whoop, okay. Yeah. Wasn't supposed to go into team mode. So, I don't have a free copy of Limbo. I don't even have a copy of Limbo I purchased. It's probably not a game I will purchase. I know I looked at a game called Typo Man. I thought it was really cool. Like, it's a platformer, and you kind of spell. You spell out some of the elements of the level. Like, you create things you platform on. So I was like, yeah, that's really cool. Except the game itself, I feel like, is a bit stiff. And it's neat. It's fun, because you actually get points for spelling words that you're not supposed to. So instead of like open, I spelled the word nope, and I was like, oh, cool, you know. And sometimes you spell a word that has, let's say, 5 letters, but you need to spell another word that only required 4 letters. You know what I mean? Is that where I was supposed to go? I kind of feel like I jumped out of the map here. Although this still looks pretty cool down here. I like this. Okay, that's death, so I'm not going to touch that. I'm wondering what that's probably the water. The fog under the water. Because we're not that far away from the lake, I don't think. Let's see. I'm gonna walk for a little bit. If not, I'll just... There's this neat feature in LittleBigPlanet where you can hold to retry. I know Behemoth Games, when I was a kid, they made a game called Alien Hominid. That's, it was originally a Flash game. Originally a Flash game on Newgrounds.com. And I know Behemoth, if I'm not mistaken, is founded by Dan Paladin and Tom Fulp. They've made games like Alien Hominid, Alien Hominid HD, Castle Crashers Remastered, Battle Block Theater, Pit People. And back on Newgrounds, they had things like Alien Hominid and Dad and Me. And in Alien Hominid, at least on the GameCube version, they had this thing called PDA levels. So it's modern terminology. PDA stands for like public display of affection. Back in the day, it was a piece of technology. It was personal digital assistant. So let's see, where am I supposed to go? Like, I don't think I'm supposed to jump at that and die. I think I'm supposed to go somewhere. Okay. And the PDA levels were essentially the precursor to Battle Block Theater. If you guys know what Battle Block Theater is, it's this really fun 2D platformer. Essentially, it was like, if you wanted LittleBigPlanet on the Xbox, that was your go-to. And that came out late in the 360's life cycle, but it's a really fun fucking game. Oh, this whole thing is turning. So, I'm wondering, should I just hold on to the gear? We're still going somewhere, right? Oh, yeah! Look at that. That's cool. That's cool game design. I like that a lot. But am I supposed to jump up there? I'm not sure. Okay, let's look over here. And I fell. It's tilting back again! So where am I? Maybe I have to tilt it all the way up and then just try to walk on it like a normal platform. Yeah, look, now it's tilting back up again. Interesting, but I'm a little confused. I feel like I'm gonna get stuck on this. Or am I just dumb and didn't realize that I'm higher than I was before? Yeah, we're not on the same floor, are we? Play part 2. Oh. Okay. Alright, well that was neat. That was pretty cool. And knowing that this was made in LittleBigPlanet 1, this is a pretty standout level, I would say. And that was something really cool about LittleBigPlanet, you know? Anyone could make anything, you could learn how to make stuff, you could make cool things, like, somebody made Limbo in LittleBigPlanet. I've seen people make Sonic the Hedgehog. I've seen somebody make a working sprite of Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know how the fuck they did that. But that was really cool. Like, I honestly don't know, because it looked like it was made of cardboard. It acted like you actually had each individual frame of Sonic the Hedgehog from the Genesis. And I was like, holy shit, how did they do that? Oh, here we go. There are collectible items here. So I definitely played this once before. Batman returns. Joker's escaped. Helped Gotham catch the Joker. Joker's escaped. Helped Gotham catch the Joker. Copy free for a limited time. So that was very broken English. I wouldn't be surprised if it was made by a kid. I had bad English as a kid. I spelled like shit as a kid. My brother still spells bad now because I don't think he ever really practiced. And I practiced a lot, so I'm very... What do you call it? I'm very anal about that stuff. I don't like the word anal being used for anything but anal. It's just weird. It feels like poop. It's out of context. I don't like it. But look at this. This is a Batman level. You could make tons of cool, unique things in LittleBigPlanet. And I know now with Dreams on the PS4, you can make like 3D games. I've seen people make Crash Bandicoot, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sly Cooper is one I'm really excited for. Because the work the guy's been doing, it's like, actually, there's 2 different people working on Sly Cooper and Dreams on PS4. And it's really cool. They're like getting the animations right. They're getting the feel, the tone. It's just really cool. I'm glad you're here. The Joker and his friends have taken over the city. I need your help. Let me see. I could try to do Kevin Conn. I kind of forget how he sounds. I'm glad you're here. The Joker and his friends have taken over the city. I need your help. Something like that. He's more just like a firm kind of voice. So there are collectibles, so... I didn't see any over there, but I kind of want to look for them. Let's go take a look. So I've always loved zip lines in games. This is very cool, Little Big Planet, whenever somebody makes one. It always looked like that, where it's just a wheel with another wheel up top and a motor, and a really thick and terrible looking. But in Little Big Planet 2, you can definitely fix that, and you can definitely make things look more like what you want them to. But back when this game first came out, this was amazing. The fact that you could make your own games, make your own levels, make your own game, you know? And I've seen people make, like, first-person shooters in Little Big Planet 2. I have no idea how they did it. I've looked into it, I've tried to figure it out, tried to understand, even reverse engineering it, but it's, like, really confusing, you know? It's cool. And in 3, oh my god, the things people have made in 3. People have made 3D platformers, Little Big Planet 3D platformers. That's what's so cool about Dreams. It's essentially Little Big Planet if it were a 3D game development game, you know? I mean, I was hoping for, like, Little Big Planet, you know, style. Just essentially take everything you have in Little Big Planet 3, but allow a player to do that in 3D. Now, obviously, not everything would transfer over, right? But let's say, okay, they're checkpoints. The checkpoints circle doors. Instead of just having them be 2D pieces in the world, have them be, you know, hatch doors on the floor or something. Why not? And then they pop out of the ground, you know what I mean? They adapt things in games all the time. Look at Sonic the Hedgehog and the Genesis, right? The checkpoints were just sticks with a ball on top, and it spun once you passed it. And in the 3D games, it's like a little gate. You run through it, and then the sticks go up. And if you look at it from the side, it looks just like it. Gordon here. Be careful out there. The Joker has really made a mess of things. Careful, Batman. I should be Uh-oh. I was gonna say I should be Batman for this. Let me see. Do I have a Batman costume pre-made? I have Solid Snake, Bentley, the Grim Reaper, Scorpion. I think I saw Hitler. There he is. I'm Batman. The level definitely has character to it. Even though I think those are pre-made Little Big Planet animated, it's just like retextured. And the music doesn't fit at all. It's like happy music. I guess it was supposed to be like happy Joker music, but it doesn't fit. I want to spoil something in Batman Arkham Asylum. So spoilers for the next 10 seconds. In the game, there's a moment where you're supposed to go meet the Joker, and you go into this hall, and it's filled with Joker's henchmen, and they say, "Oh, look, Batman's here. Well, it looks like you're on the list," you know, and then everyone starts clapping for you. Like, it's kind of like making fun of you, but it was just a really funny moment. And you can choose to actually beat them all up. If you do, you get an achievement called Party Pooper. Oh shit, that was pretty cool. I want to go to the other side, though. Nope, no! Ah, you're really cute, but you can't smack the TV screen. Okay, Bobo, come here. There you go. Stay right there. Stay over there. Here, look. Go over here. Come play with this. Over there. Okay. Really cute, but I'm not gonna have her damaged like a $200 TV. There we go. See? Pays to explore. I love exploration in games. It's just like, I'm like addicted to exploring in games. Ah, I like that. He did the ha ha ha. There's the Joker. I'll never catch him. Oh no, he got away. That's cool. This level does have a lot of personality. Props to the guy who made this back in the day. Guy or girl. Or alien, whatever. I'm Batman. Come on, here we go. This part, I don't know, it reminds me of like a Halo Reach level. Like, you couldn't really make moving parts quite like this in Reach, but definitely all the colors, because you had different colors of lights in Reach. I think they expanded that even more in Halo 4, if I remember correctly. I remember playing Halo 2 Anniversaries Forge, which I didn't expect a Halo 2 Anniversary Forge. In Halo 2, in the Master Chief Collection, there was a lot more than anything I expected. Not only did they do the single players, which made sense to me, the entirety of every multiplayer. I mean, with the exception of one armor, I think, from Halo 4, which was Ricochet, which was like this football armor, which I thought was the coolest fucking thing. They didn't bring that back, and I was annoyed about that. There's every single level from Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4, including DLC and like PC exclusive content. I was like, holy shit. I'm not supposed to go up there. I don't think I've died yet. Let's see if we can keep that going and we get something special at the end. Because in LittleBigPlanet, you can choose to give people things for completing the level, choose to give people things for completing the level without dying, and completing the level with finding all collectibles in level. He says go ahead and cross it, but I see fog right there. Oh, okay, I see. Cool. And this is creativity. I gotta jump on that last one just in case. Straight up, the guy who made this, yo, props to you, man. I feel like that looked really cool. I don't know why that was so hard to pull. Maybe because I was kind of standing beneath it. Jump. Ah, invisible. Yeah! Why does that seem familiar? A whole bunch of... Yeah, I did play those ones back in the day. Because it showed I collected something. But I just know that was something I always loved in LittleBigPlanet. Whenever people would put an area with just a bunch of the bubbles. And the sound for collecting these is wonderful. Especially when there's a bunch of them and they ding together or they ding on a floor or something. So let's see. One of the boxes opens the door, one of them explodes. Well, how about can I push him onto one of them? Damn it. I don't want to I came so far without dying. I don't want to die now. Oh, that one does it. Good. I was thinking to the right, because you'd see the door open, as opposed to the one on the left. You'd be too far, and it would make sense if you just exploded. Some of the things in this level, though, I was like, this is a bit bizarre. Like these blocks here, I feel like they don't match the color scheme or the theme at all. And still the music, though. Oh. There we go. Really glad I could push that. Whee! You know, there's a lot of like different like costume pieces and materials I got with the game because I got the collector's edition. And it came with a whole bunch of DLC. Not all the DLC. They still wanted you to buy a whole bunch of stuff. They must have made a fuck ton of money with LittleBigPlanet. With all the different costumes and licenses and things they sold. Sly Cooper, Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter, and non-Sony stuff like Metal Gear Solid is owned by Konami. They did The Incredibles. I want to say they did SpongeBob, but I don't think they did SpongeBob. They did Pirates of the Caribbean. They probably did quite a few things with Disney. Which makes sense, because it's a kid's game. I remember something I said to... Wait, I gotta go back to read what Batman said. The real Batman. I had a blast! Let's do this again sometime! There he is. Now let's lock him up for good. There he is. Now let's lock him up for good. So I grabbed the lever. What did that do? Anything? It didn't look like it did anything. I bet that was supposed to fall, like the gate was supposed to fall on him, but it was like already down. Oh, I get to drive the Batmobile! Yeah! Harvey Dent. Let's see, what did I get? No lives lost. Oh, I didn't get anything for no lives lost? I did get all the items, though. No, I got nothing special! Ah, it's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. I'm Batman. Alright, well that's it. That's all the levels I got left. Those are all from LittleBigPlanet 1. There's something I really appreciate about LittleBigPlanet, is everything you've made at LittleBigPlanet 1 can cross over to 2. And then 2 can cross over to 3. Now, I think you can do PS3 to PS4 if I'm not mistaken. Cross-console saves, in general, were a big thing back when, like, PS4, Xbox One first launched. And obviously with Little Big Planet, the years and years of stuff people have made and downloaded and shared, you didn't want to lose all that. You know what, too? If I'm not mistaken, I think all the stuff from Little Big Planet 2, like all your costumes at least, you can transfer them to Little Big Planet karting, which is pretty cool. But the fact that everything from Little Big Planet 1 and 2, you can transfer to Little Big Planet 3 on the PS4, I think that's just insane. And this last one I'm just going to speculate on. I have no idea. I would love it if you could do 1 to 2, 1 and 2 to 3, let's say on the PS3, and then you can do 1, 2, 3 from PS3 to PS4. I don't know if that's true. I've never even looked it up. But I just believe that that would be possible. The last Little Big Planet 3, if I'm not mistaken, was not made by Media Molecule. They went on to make Dreams. And Little Big Planet Karting was made by United Front Games, the guys who made Mod Nation Racers. And the only thing I know them for is Mod Nation Racers and then Little Big Planet Karting. And I believe they shut down. Which is sad, because those were both fun games. Actually, I can't really speak for Little Big Planet Karting. I don't think I actually ever played it. I own it, but I haven't played it. But Mod Nation Racers was fun. Oh, I should show some levels from that game. Yeah, I made some custom tracks. Although, I did have some issues with my PS3, so I wonder if my levels are even still around. I'll look it up. I think the game could have been better, but it was really cool. Like the fact that there were so many games you could create with this generation, especially on PS3. And Dreams just takes it to a whole nother level. I wonder if they're going to like do a Dreams edition for PS5. Well, that's it. We're done. I'm going to end the stream now. I hope you guys enjoyed my old levels.